rarity now.
Yeah, like Thomas Jefferson was the ambassador to France. Like these people are tremendously well. Just Hamilton had a tremendous background just from self-educated. These are people who do, and also Hamilton went to law school.
Hey.
We're talking about people who
fucking Benjamin Franklin fucking invented electricity, basically, and the modern orgy.
Yeah, yeah, dude, he was a fucking pervert. Shout out to perverts.
Right.
W's in the chats for perverts, everybody.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of, Vagabond is here. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Not much.
Yeah. Well, actually, let's pull up that video so we can kick this off, because Emerald, can you pull up the video of you see the one I'm gonna show you? Boop. Pull it up. It's the one with the red. I'll pull it up because let's just start there because that's what we're already talking about.
Okay. Well, I got it. Okay.
It's this crazy redhead, and then we'll get into my stalker later because that's gonna be a fun one. I'm having a good time. Oh, this is good.
That one chick deleted the video with your name.
I know. I have a screenshot of her most unhinged video, so that's good. So we've still got that. We're not going to name drop her. We're not going to promote her brand. But this was so much fun. This was sent in by a viewer. Let's check this out.
When the founding fathers made this great country, I'm going to stop you right there. The founding fathers owned slaves. The founding fathers had less access to education than a modern day 12-year-old. They don't know anything. I don't care what they wanted. I don't care what they think. It's unconstitutional. I should hope so. The Constitution was written by people who didn't think women should vote. The Constitution was written by people who had 15-year-old wives dying in childbirth. Frequently. The Constitution was written by people who had little cartoon Elmer Fudd shotguns, not automatic war machines capable of ripping down 100 children in a minute, and have, and will again. The whole point is to change. The whole point is to progressively make better decisions so we do not repeat the atrocities of our ancestors. If I was born at any other time in American history, I would have been burned at the stake or lobotomized. And we think the people doing that are the ones who know what should be going on today. We don't want to listen to the people who cured tuberculosis or decided, hey, maybe we shouldn't put lead in house paint. You are actively repeating the atrocities of your ancestors. You're doing it on purpose.
Well, she doesn't understand basic history. She just said, so they had cartoons with Elmer Fudd holding a shotgun.
Well, it's a coach gun, by the way. I'm planning to get one so I can do cowboy action shooting.
Real quick, I know I probably made this joke on
the stake during the founding father.
Yeah. I know I probably made this joke on a previous Touch Grass, but women say things like this and then wonder why, like, every society ever exist on Earth has placed strict rules upon them about what they can and cannot do. Well, but yeah, also Thomas Jefferson. Speaking of founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson attended William and Mary, and he founded the University of Virginia in Charlottesville.
Yeah, most of these guys went to... Go ahead.
I was going to say, additionally, too, this is, again, the ignorance when it comes to modern education and little mouthpieces like that. They like to say, oh, they didn't allow women to vote. No. A lot of men weren't even allowed to vote. The only people that were allowed to vote was landowners. Those that actually had stake in the game were allowed to vote.
The fact that anyone was allowed to vote, by the way, was an insane idea up to that point. Yeah, that was an insane idea. People are like, what the fuck do you mean there's not going to be a hereditary monarchy chosen by God? Are you out of your mind? That was
why they call it the American experiment.
Like, okay, listen, like, by the way, we've had voting like universal suffrages this country since 1965. Okay, that's the truth, because white women got to vote before black men, if we're being really honest. Like, okay, so this whole idea is preposterous. Also, like, Alexander Hamilton went to fucking law school. A lot of these guys were law school educated. A lot of them were seminarians. They spoke multiple languages. They studied fucking advanced mathematics. They studied Greek philosophy. They studied history, and they actually read books. They didn't just watch fucking history documentaries and go to parties and act like they read, like I do. You know, like
they were Renaissance men.
These guys were multidisciplinary masters. And the idea that you think that these people were uneducated or had the education of an average 12-year-old today is it's historically illiterate. And this is what I'm saying. Our education system now deliberately lies to people. The fact that people are coming out of education historically illiterate is a feature, not a bug. Listen to what she says. The point is to progress and to make better choices, which in and of itself kind of an innocuous statement, but baked in that is this left-wing idea that new is always better, which is why The Phantom Menace is the best Star Wars movie. We got Last Jedi is the best Star Wars movie. We all agree, right? Oh no, sometimes new stuff sucks. Sometimes new ideas are bad. It would be great if we had some structures in place to inhibit bad new ideas. Maybe if we had some separation of powers and checks and balances, something like that. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't it be great if we had, what's the best idea? Is it elected democracy, a council of elders, or a strong executive? Which one? Oh, what about all three that all compete with each other? That's the kind of idea that a fucking genius would come up with.
Yeah. Jamie, pull up that clip of the feminists getting eaten by alligators in Red Dead 2.
Oh, that was funny. The problem they don't realize is like, okay, her type of ilk if they were out in the wilderness right now, she would not survive.
She wouldn't even last a fucking hour.
And we have what's that show, Naked and Afraid, and then like you have the dudes doing perfectly fine, carrying all the weight. Once in a while, you get a chick that's like, oh hell yeah, I need to have her on the team. But other than that, they're pretty much useless, and they have to sit there and that's why men voted first. I'm sorry, there's only a few women in history that like had good ideas.
Yeah, Theo, you need to. That's one thing. I mean, you already got you've got an agenda for today, but that's one thing you got to watch is the Bear Grylls episode where it's basically men versus women, and the men are absolutely fucking thriving, and the women literally they said they were like, look, we might have to stop the show because I'm looking at some of your health information and your kidneys are about to fucking fail.
I remember there was like a Naked Afraid episode where so the girl was like vegan or some shit, right? And like, okay, the guy, he's like, okay, I just killed this lizard, you're not gonna eat it because whatever, I'll eat it. And then eventually they find like this place where there's something she can eat, and like out of all the like, okay, it's not the best shelter, but there's food for her to survive on and shit. And then no, we can't stay here, we have to keep moving. And I'm like I'm watching this shit like, what are you fucking talking about? Like, here's your food resource because you can't eat anything else. And so she's like miserable the rest of the time and the whole thing. And I'm like, you guys just found the perfect spot to just camp out the whole entire time. Like, it was like mind boggling, but whatever.
Yeah, dude, I've seen these clips. You're right. We should do a Touchgrass breakdown of these because it's classic. Here's the thing I think people forget is that men have historically acted as a barrier between women and the harshness of reality. I have a whole fucking stage bit about this, but like fucking everything we do in society is to impress women. The whole point of a society is to create safety and comfort for women and children. That's why we do it. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there aren't a whole lot of saber-toothed tigers running around. Do you know why that is? Because they were bothering women, so we killed them until we ran out. That's what happened.
That's one of the reasons why. Oh, bye, Vaughn. But anyway, that was one of the reasons why I think that was one of the reasons why they got rid of the wolves in Yosemite, because they were attacking livestock and stuff. So, and that's why they had to reintroduce them not that long ago.
Yeah, which the idea of fucking reintroducing predators that we hunted to extinction is like fucking offensive to the ancestors. That shows how fucking we've advanced as a civilization. The fact that these monsters used to be the things that haunted our nightmares and now are like the feminine, nurturing, mothering instinct of our society is like, oh, no, they're cute though. And let's bring them back.
Well, no, I mean, there's
cave bears.
There are some animals, especially like wolves, that we've always had reverence for. And I'm gonna pull. This is gonna be really obscure. You guys know the statue of I think it's either the original or a replica of it in the National Gallery. But the statue of Romulus and Remus nursing from the she-wolf Lupa. Yeah, we've always been reverent of those, animals. I mean,
here's my opinion: they should come back, so then future generations get to hunt them again.
They could kind of thin off the weak in our herd if you think about it.
Yeah.
Well, we could put them on an island, and then we could charge people to go to the island.
I mean, I have
secretly film it as a reality show.
So I have a dear friend who's a communist, and she was talking to me about the evils of capitalism, and she was like, I rather than living in capitalism, I would rather just make art and live in nature and be at peace. But because of capitalism, I have to And it's like, bro, you don't understand what nature is. Because you're a woman, you don't have to.
Yeah,
nature will kill you.
Kill you.
Does she not realize that art generally, doesn't really technically it benefits if it's creative, but here's the problem. There's a bunch of really cool art kids like you. And when you grow up, you realize that, hey, that one artsy kid that was in high school, that may have been you at your high school. There's a lot of fucking high schools.
Yeah.
And there's a new graduate in class every year for all of those high schools. So you're not as unique as you think. And it's like, you have to realize most of us have day jobs because we have to contribute to the society until we feel that our art is enough, where that in itself can contribute to. And this is one of the humbling things I had to learn. I was like, I don't get it. I should be. And it's like, okay, yeah, a lot of people think they should be living off of it. You have to humble yourself. And then eventually, if you're worthy, the free market often will decide. Now, that doesn't mean that...
Not even if you're worthy. I mean, the whole, the starving artist cliche, it's real for a reason. Like, a lot of the greats died penniless and never knew fortune in their life. It was only long after they were dead that their art became
and that's
marketable.
Inspiring. Like, to me, for example, when I was looking into...
Well, I'll say it like this:
you don't know how to. You don't market yourself.
Well, no, it's easier said than done.
Survive while also creating art. It is easier said than done.
Well, I mean, the fact that Nikola Tesla died penniless, that's important because that's one of these unique generational, once in 100 years geniuses, and he died with nothing because he was just bad at business. Right,
bad at business, and he had people that they were like, "Oh, that's a good idea. You want it to be free? Also, we're gonna fuck you over hard."
Here's the thing. This is what I'm saying. This is where a wife can be beneficial, not for nothing. But Nikola Tesla spent way too much time trying to fuck pigeons, and if he had spent less time fucking pigeons, look this up. If he'd spent less time falling in love with pigeons and more time with a woman kind of riding his ass by that Thomas Edison guy pushes you around. You should stand up for yourself. That actually would have been beneficial for him. That would have been right. So, but pigeon's not going to nag you like that. There's a purpose. There's a purpose to well-executed nagging. Touchgrass official stance. We're coming out as pro nagging. I know that wasn't the take that I thought I was going to come up with today, but here I am. This is what we're doing. This is what happens on a live show.
The perfect example is Stu Pickles from the Rugrats.
Oh, I was gonna say dude. I've been diving into Lovecraft lately. All of his stuff didn't become popular until after he was dead. He had a friend that had tons of money that kept going, no, this guy was cooking, and people were like, I don't, that's
he was also a social retard, and people didn't like being around him.
Yeah,
that didn't help his. That's
the one thing I will say is because I'm liking a lot of the concepts in his writing. He doesn't understand people. His characters are not. The one character every one of his characters is an academic who is studying people, and he doesn't quite get. Or he's studying something. It's these people don't talk. He also, I don't think there's a single sentence that is not a run-on sentence. So I was like, why is it taking me so long to read 6 pages? And it's because I have to go. Cool.
Yeah.
I have to go, what? And even in the audiobook, I keep, what did he say? Hold on.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Well, no, and I actually
he
think
needed a fucking editor too. I like the guy.
Yeah.
He needed a fucking editor.
Well, here's the thing about
shit.
This is the thing about Lovecraft. I'm gonna get a little hippy dippy with this. I think he was plugged in to some deep, powerful truths about the sort of entities that exist in like the spiritual realm and how powerful and evil and truly indifferent to humans they are. And how they enjoy inflicting suffering on humans. Like that's something that's like, I think deeply spiritually true that he was tapped into. The problem is guys that are that autistic and that tapped into like weird shit cannot interface with people. It's a big fucking problem. You get too spiritual, you just can't interface with people. You can't communicate with them. You just can't have normal human interactions. And then if you're trying to write fiction, like Vaughn's saying, you just lose touch with how, real people interact. Now, to his credit, it's right what you know. All of his characters are like weird antisocial academics. Yeah. It's like the same. It's crazy.
It's literally the same character. That's one of the things I'm like, every character starts, hey, I did this. And then, and I'm like, is there, because I keep waiting for the one that has like are there any that have a character that's not a
self-insert?
No, well, I mean that just like that has like a personality other than he's an academic or
not really.
No, they're all fucking weirdos.
Okay.
But
I'm 15 stories in. I'm like waiting for I'm like, are they all the same?
They're all fucking weirdos. It's just like weird, creepy shit that happens in New England. That's his wheelhouse. So
right. See, I have my one self-insert, and then everyone else is different.
No, well, I mean, in his defense, like I do, stand. I'd say probably 2/3 of my jokes are about whores because it's right what you know.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like, I can only write based on the life experiences that I've had. I talk about whores and my cat because that's what I know.
Did you name your cat? Did you know H.P. Lovecraft's cat?
I'm familiar with that.
Yeah,
yes.
I know. I didn't realize what shocked me because I knew that was a fact, but I thought that was like, haha, you have to Google him. I didn't realize that in one of the stories, the cat is there. It's one of his best stories, and it's like the story. I didn't realize. I thought the cat. I was like, that's a one-off line. I sent it in the group chat. I kept reading. That cat is like a crucial character, and every time they say the cat's name over and over and over, and it's a tense scene. But for those who didn't know, the cat's name is N-word man. It has a racial slur.
He named his cat a gamer word.
But he said this. He says the cat's name like as if it's any other name. There's no description of the cat. It's like it could be named Whiskers, and then he just casually drops it during like there's intense like the tension was building. Blank went to the wall, and I'm like I would keep laughing because I'm like in the scene, and then it's that. And I'm I have to eventually just desensitize.
Is the cat black?
It doesn't say. It literally doesn't describe the cat.
Dude, it was 1910, and I'll tell you, I love Lovecraft. He was a flaming fucking racist.
Dude, yeah.
To be
People
fair,
were like everyone at his time, but no, it's like he was an extra.
No, even for the time, people were like, bro, chill.
Yeah, he was over the top for that time period. They were like, that's why people didn't like being around him. And he was known to just say things that were like, dude, we're in public. He was like MSK.
I was about to say MSK is the reincarnation of Lovecraft.
That's the thing. H.P. Lovecraft is one of us. He would have been on the pod. We would have been banning him from the chat back in the day. I think he would have been a Touchgrass fan, actually. I would have had to.
He'd be like, I hate women.
Yes, he 100% would have been like
there's
a
no women
incel.
in like any of his stories.
Yeah, because it's right what you know. He probably never met a woman.
No,
I'm thinking about it.
He was married. He was married when he passed.
What?
Yeah,
that's shocking.
So.
I don't think so. Because I'm thinking about it. I've read 15 stories of his now in the last, which is crazy how much I've read in the last week. Because I've been writing something.
Humble brag.
But
yeah, they go by quick.
His wife had the smallest Adam's apple, so it was hardly noticeable.
His wife was black, is what that sauce said. No, that would be fucking. I don't know, because I'm trying to think if there's like any women. I'm not saying this is a feminist. I'm just like.
There was a woman.
All right. Well, while Vaughn
his wife's name was Sonia. And
all right, let's get off this gay shit. Let's talk about. Let's say hi to the chat real quick. Professor Savage Dad is here. Thought he was on the wrong stream.
Professor Baby Daddy.
Diana's here. What's up, girl? How you doing? Papa Neil's here. What's up, man? OG Road Comic, big fan, friend of the channel. Let's see who else is here. Drunk Emerald Arrow, producer extraordinaire, 99 overall producer, right here.
Is my mic better now? Sorry about
Selena's
that.
here.
Yeah, we
there
can
we
hear
go.
you typing clearly.
There we go. That's Bat Sauce is here. What's up, buddy? So turns out Bat Sauce sounds like Kermit the Frog. Also, he can't read. So good for you for even being here, buddy.
I feel bad. Wait, so because I thought it was Selena that said it. Who said it in Vegas that he sounded like Kermit?
I don't know.
It wasn't one of us. I thought it was one of you guys.
That doesn't even sound like something I would do.
Maybe it was MSK.
Ryder's here.
I don't know. I don't think he sounds like Kermit.
Is for it.
Not even a little bit.
What's something that Bat
But it was
Sauce says
Kermit mixed
frequently?
with something else.
Well,
this
we got
person
him
said.
to sing the Rainbow Connection last night. So
Excellent. Yeah. What's up, buddy?
Hey,
Hey,
let's the Frog here.
let's say hi to the
We
Rumble
got a great
chat.
show for you today.
Let's say hi to the Rumble chat real quick. We'll pull that up. Let's see who we got in Rumble chat. Okay. Oh, we
That's,
got Mom's Mysteries
Selena.
and Mayhem is here. What's up, girl? How you doing? Shout out to the 4%.
and Selena right now,
And Selena's here. What's up, girl? Shout out to the 4%.
and this Galaxy Source Media guy who just wants to touch ass.
Night. Oh man, that's good. That's good. No, but like, yeah, getting back to education. It's like we are in a unique time right now because we live in a society that hates its ancestors, and it's important to drill in on that. That is pure projection. A society that hates its ancestors hates itself. So all these people that are talking about how dog shit the founding fathers are, just keep in mind they are deeply unhappy and they hate themselves. They do not understand the tremendous privilege that has been handed them by their ancestors. They don't understand the fact that they are in a society where they can freely go on the internet and be fat and cut their hair short and dress like a man and criticize the people who founded the society. Try that shit in China and see what happens.
Oh,
Try
fuck
that
yeah, try it in Libya. I want to see him
what
try it in Libya.
No,
Yeah,
here's what
Any
I wanna-
any Arab nation. Any Arab nation.
No, not
here-
Arab, dude. Something African where they fucking eat people. I want to see him try it there.
I have a
That's
better
cool.
idea.
go
I normally, as a libertarian in me, I hate taxes, but I would totally support taxes if it was actually a fundraiser for anyone's like, hey, I like communism and stuff. All right, let's get you a one-way trip to North Korea,
Dude.
and see how you do. And then I that's what I support.
But
And
that's
then-
not real communism.
I don't care.
Yeah, real
Right.
communism hasn't been tried. Dude, I literally had this conversation with my communist friend. She was like talking to me about communism, and I was like, okay, what about the Soviet Union? What about the Ukrainian genocide? What about all these things that happened? And she's like, well, that only happened because of Joseph Stalin was in charge. And remember, what communists are really saying is, if I were in charge,
It'd be
communism would have been done correctly. And here's the thing: you are not as ruthless, intelligent, tactical. You are not the leader that Joseph Stalin was. No
Well,
way.
the other
was
thing
also,
is a lot. Most of those
very
people have.
charismatic.
Well, none of those people who support communism actually read the Communist Manifesto, which I actually do own a copy, which is in my storage in California. But other than that, like, if you, the reason why it's never going to work is people want to own stuff. No one's the same. Like,
Yeah.
like it's never going to work. That's why you had people that fled from Cuba when fucking Castro took over, because they're persecuting anyone that owned businesses and stuff. And people complaining now don't know what it's like to own a business. They have the biggest overhead. Yeah, if a business goes under, the person that owns it takes most of the risk. You, the employee, can go get you another fucking ass job and shit.
Right.
And like move on with your life. The business owner could lose everything. And that's why he earns the most.
Yes.
And you just gotta understand that. And it's not for everyone. Same thing when like I own a fucking house and you're fucking renting and shit. Like if the pipes burst, it's coming out of my fucking pocket and you're not paying for those pipes, I am. So I charge you a fee to cover my overhead, because if shit goes wrong, I have to take care of it. And I need to make a profit in order for me to take care of your ass to live in my property.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like I will say my level of conservativeness went up tremendously when I decided to just like fuck off and just do comedy full time. Cause then I eat what I kill, right? And it's like it's 100% my responsibility. But good things happen when you take responsibility for your shit. But if something bad happens, that's my fault too.
Well,
right?
and that's the beauty of capitalism too, right? Is that if we weren't in a capitalist society, you doing whatever, trying to make a living off your hobby is actually not actually there.
Yeah.
You have to go work your ass at the fucking factory or do what you have to do to survive. Capitalism allows you to be like, you know what? I can spend money on art because I choose to. Even though I don't need it for survival, we get choices here.
Yes.
And try that in any other society you can't.
Dude, I'll give you an example. Like because it's also like the approval of the collective and what's good for people. Phenomenova is like a very personal thing to me. And not only that, I got rejected when I pitched it to people, whatever. Yep. Now, in that kind of society, I could instead I kept rewriting it because I knew I had something there. Now, if it's a committee by approval, that shit's gone. That book doesn't exist. But because I was persistent and I took my own losses, that's fine. Now, another thing too is because it's not equal right now at this point. If anything, financially, I'm the one losing, dude. Everyone who I hire, they get paid. Everything is going back into the business. But my thing is, because I own everything, the means of production, quote unquote, I get the rewards eventually, all of it. I own everything. I own all my characters, whatever. And if they're like, what? I did this so much. Yeah, and you were paid for it. But ultimately, it wouldn't exist without me.
Yes. Can you pull up that Professor Savage Dad chat again? Because I want to address this because he's making a really good point here. Can you pull that up again? Taking responsibility isn't just for good things. It's taking responsibility for everything. You should read Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. I've read that. Great book. That book is Touchgrass approved. That's on the official. Should I publish the official Touchgrass reading list so you guys can all see it? Because I've sent it to,
please.
I sent it to Arza. I'll publish the whole reading list. I'll put that in a public document so you guys can all see it. That's on the list. And here's the thing.
Anything about my struggle?
No, there will be that book is not on there, although everyone should read that too. So it's yes, you should. I mean that actually. I'm not even kidding. You should read that because it's just anyway, I'll get into that in a second. We'll get into Kanye in a second. But
sweet Christmas.
The point I want to drill down here is like when I was doing comedy and I thought I was like hot shit and people weren't booking me, but I was like getting laid off of it. I was like, oh, I'm hot shit, but I'm not making any money because I'm not getting, it sucks because bookers don't want to see that shit. I had to rewrite my shit because I had to make it palatable for bookers and I had to be able to work clean if I wanted. I had to, write stuff that was going to like work in audiences that didn't know who I was. I had to make it palatable. It wasn't just like I think the mistake a lot of comedians make, and this is why people think girls aren't funny, is they'll just be like, so I went on a date with this guy and then my vagina was smelly. And that's their whole thing. And it's like, bro, nobody cares. This is not therapy. This is not your therapist. Like you have to do something that's you have to think about what the audience wants to hear. And then you have to make something palatable for them. Like that, and that forces you to get good if you want to actually and it's so in communist societies, the art is all state approved propaganda. So it sucks. That's why everything woke is dog shit because all they do is, yes, Quinn, yes. Yeah. Let's look at a fucking broad statue of a fat black woman in New York right now because fucking beauty dies if you're just yas queening everything. There's no fucking criticism. It's rude to say somebody's art sucks. And it's like, you know what? Sometimes your art does suck. That's why I like comedy because it's shit tested in real time. I know immediately if a joke is funny or not based on the audience response. And there is no me drafting the joke in private and then releasing it when it's good. No, I have to release the shitty version first. And then I'm like, oh, got to rewrite that shit. It's a constant humbling experience. And that's beautiful because that forces you to be good. There it is. This is what happens when you don't fucking criticize art.
We're really just putting up statues of random Shaniquas now.
It's just like a random fat chick. And it's like, And it's like, look, I wouldn't object to it if it was like somehow like artistically,
or like
aesthetically pleasing.
Like, okay, you wanted to put a statue of a black chick. Couldn't you just done a hot one or some shit?
Yes.
Like
well, not only that, couldn't you have done like a one that's like an American hero? Or
yes,
or
like
anything. Like
a philosopher or something?
Like
no one.
That's Washington from the World's Fair, right?
Yeah.
But okay, like that statue is stoic or anything, and like you got Roman statues that accentuate beauty or whatever. You go to that fucking statue, like I'm not. What am I supposed to feel from this shit? Like the statue deserves to get pulled down.
You're supposed to feel like you're listening to a Sexy Red song.
Like I want to burn a cross in front of that statue.
All I know is I really want to stop paying taxes to pay for child support and also pay for welfare.
Yeah, dude. This is
Like okay, like even for instance, out of all the choices they could have had, all right, put a Harriet Tubman statue for all you care.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is this shit? It's just like
yeah.
New York has a pretty big black population as well, because I think they're, so like, and you're telling me that there's no one they could have, real person in all of their history in New York City they could have pulled from?
No, and it's because the artist was talking about it. And he was like, the whole point of the statue is to increase empathy. And it just completely fucking backfired.
See, this is why people need like editors to tell them.
Yes, editors are important. Literally, last night I had a pretty good set at Delirious Comedy Club. Shout out Delirious Comedy Club out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Awesome venue. They kicked ass. Let me do some time out there. I got booked off that, so it's a very badass venue. And literally, see, that's cool. That's fucking cool. But like, no, the fucking headliner took me aside and gave me a note. You know why? Because you don't get better from people blowing smoke up your ass and telling you how great you are. You get better when somebody who's been doing it for 35 fucking years pulls you aside and says, hey, asshole, try this next time. This thing you're doing sucks. Don't do it anymore. That's actually how you get better at doing art. And if you actually care about your fucking art, you should care about getting better. And you need to be able to handle fucking criticism, especially if it's like, I don't take it from some random dickhead, some random broad who's like, I don't think you should. Yeah. But if it's coming from somebody who actually knows what they're talking about, take the note. Get better. Get good, scrub.
Yeah,
well,
the more that you listen to, the better you get at sifting through it. Like one of the things I run into a lot in the prose publishing space, a lot of, and you'll see this on Pinterest. Like if you go on Pinterest and you look up like author quotes, you'll see 90% of them are from like either Stephen King or Neil Gaiman, because those two motherfuckers love to hear themselves talk, and they will. And this is the thing: a lot of big name authors do this. When somebody says, "Oh, what kind of advice do you have for young writers?" or something like that, they will answer. They won't answer with advice. They will answer with like their own personal writing preferences. And over time, the more you get taken aside, or the more the more you walk through the fire, the more you understand, okay, this I can apply. This is complete bullshit. I can disregard this.
Yeah, I want to.
You need to know how to filter through. Sometimes even people with a lot of experience might be giving you bad advice on purpose. Yeah. So you need to know how to, that's just something you got to learn to be able to watch out for.
Right.
Oh no, a lot of times, sometimes it's definitely on purpose.
Well, but sometimes it's not. Like sometimes, like like an example. So
it just might be good advice, but not something that'll work.
It might be outdated too.
Well, or might just not apply to this specific thing. It might be general good advice, but it just doesn't apply because everyone is creating something that's unique and has their own process. So I've had advice that is objectively great that just wasn't what I didn't apply directly. And it wasn't me like I had someone who read the opening of Phenomenova, ended up liking the book, but who I really admired, who was like, I just don't think this works because you're starting with World War III. I don't care about anything after that because the stakes are so high. And it's like, no, but I got where he was coming from.
Yeah. No, he's right.
It was starting with an exposition dump. And he was like, where do you go from here? Like you started with all this and now I'm like going to care about a kid.
Yeah. Well,
and
sometimes,
But-
well, I just want to say sometimes you don't, even if it's good advice or not, like sometimes you don't know what the audience is going to gravitate towards.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, for instance, Ed, and Eddie, if you ever seen that show, right? That show was created on a fucking dare. The creator was like, someone dared him as like, hey, I bet you can't make a children's show. And the other guy's like, all right, I'm gonna take your dare at it. And that's how Ed and Eddie came out of, and it became a smash hit on Cartoon Network. Like, you just don't know sometimes.
That's foul, Professor. That's foul. Well, okay. I got another example of this. I had a headliner that I really respect tell me. Actually, I had people like the whole time I've been doing comedy, have been telling me stop making jokes about women. You can't fucking do that. I had a headliner tell me to stop calling women sweetheart, and I was like, if I stop doing that, I don't have a fucking career. Like, yeah, you can't make jokes about women because you don't fucking know what you're talking about. I can though. It's my whole brand, actually, right? I can because I'm fucking nice with the shit. You can't make these jokes.
Mhm.
I can. I got banned from venues dying on that hill. But guess what? Now I'm at the fucking Delirious Comedy Club in Las Vegas, Nevada. Where are you, asshole? Where are you? Anyway, but yeah, and it's like, right. And it's like, yeah, and I fucking did that. And I literally said sweetheart on stage last night for that same headliner, and it fucking worked. He didn't give me a note about it. So like, it's just like sometimes the advice is good, it's just outdated. But he came up at it, at a time when like feminism was popping and you had to like whatever. And now the culture is shifted and women are like desperate for a man who's like unapologetically masculine.
Another example is like, okay, you got folks who are like, how can you like feet and shit, right? And
yes,
Bond, preach, do it.
So it's like people walk on those and everything, but then you got websites like Feet Finder where women just taking pictures of their feet and making thousands of dollars or whatever. I'm just saying, sometimes the advice of the so-called experts doesn't really work out.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep in mind, everybody thought that Minecraft movie was gonna fucking take a dump, and then
I did too.
Chicken jockey.
Yeah.
Feet in the chat for Vagabond.
Yeah.
W's in the chat for feet, everybody. Feet pics in the chat if we want. Feet pics. You know what? Feet pics just to my DMs if you want. That'd be great.
Yeah, like you'll get haters who be like, what kind of person likes feet or whatever? And like you got women just making thousands of dollars. They don't show nothing else but their feet.
Talking about?
I don't know.
Don't listen to the haters, Vagabond.
This guy sounds fucking base.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Shout out to the 4%.
Hey.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. But no, taking responsibility for your fucking bullshit. And like taking responsibility means taking the note, right? But also being like, hey, that advice sucks. Because not all advice is good. Some advice is out of touch. And they this happens in anytime you're doing art. You have to just accept the fact that sometimes people are not going to understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
It is what it is. And because they're coming at it from their perspective. They're not in your head. It's your job to convey what's going on in your head as best you can. But sometimes people are not going to get it because they're bringing their experience to it. Like I had to accept doing comedy that hysterical feminists were just never going to like me. It is what it is. I was going to stir up their emotions. They were going to desperately want to fuck me and not understand why. And that was going to cause them to shriek hysterically. It is what it is. We can't burn them at the stake anymore. So we just got to sit there and listen to it. It is what it is.
Sometimes
I ran into, sorry.
Go ahead.
You go ahead. I was going to say, it was, I ran into that when I was writing Young Monarchs. I had a bunch of people that were close to me telling me, oh, Warren, no, you can't do that. You can't have 8 main characters. You need to pick one and you need to roll with one. Yeah. And then I stopped drinking with them and I stopped being entertaining to them. And then they stopped hanging out with me. And I was like, these fucking guys, I think they got like maybe 5 brain cells and there's like 6 of them. So,
well, I mean, you're writing a book. You're not making a 90-minute movie. In a 90-minute movie, that might be overcrowding, but for a book, 8 characters is perfectly fine.
It also depends. Getting into my book, so Phenomenova issue 2, I really simplify with that issue and take it to just a few characters. The first one was pretty simple too. Then 3, I explode out with like I think there's how many first appearances? There's like close to 10 first appearances in issue 2, but it 3. But I think it works as, I mean, A, rewrote it a bunch of times, and B, because it's supposed to be like there's the plot demands that this heist has to take place. There's all these things that are needed, and then these heroes are needed, and so it makes sense why there are so many complicated things when you read the issue. I hope. If not, I'll take the note.
Yeah, no, and you're also building out right now. You know,
Yeah.
this is like your launch pad. This is like your Vaughn KKK Coleman. This is your flagship comic right here, and you know, you're gonna have. I think like last time I talked to you about it, you said you had other stuff like after this that you had planned, other than just Phenomenova, but yeah, no, you're absolutely, you know, when you're treating it like a launch pad, yes, you're absolutely you're absolutely going to have like, you know, threads that might seem loose at a first glance. You're going to have, you know, people guest star, you know, they'll come in, they'll do their thing, they'll interact a bit, and then you'll see them again later in like maybe their own series or something after, you know, after they've served their purpose in, you know, this story to the audience's satisfaction, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, like, and also because like some of the advice I did, I wouldn't necessarily give to other people. Like some people told me you can't have a 68-page first issue, and I did it. And is it financially the best move? No.
Nah, fuck it, make it rain, bro.
But
do 168 pages for the next one.
If you want to fucking fund that, if you want to pay for all those, but yeah, it's like, you know, the title fucking team doesn't appear until issue 3, and even then, the main character doesn't really meet them until 4. But it works, I think, with everyone who's actually read the scripts because they go, no, yeah, it makes sense. So like sometimes. Whereas another thing I'm writing for a friend, for example, I'm like writing it as a pilot and I'm like, okay, we have to hit these notes. I wrote a few things lately that are more like a typical pilot. So it really does fucking depend. It really depends. But generally the rules still apply. Like I definitely violated a lot of the pilot episode rules of Phenomenova issue 1, I think. But with other stuff, I followed the rules and I think it's going to be to great effect. So it just depends on the project.
Yeah. And I agree with that. You know, at the time I was kind of like, when I returned to comedy after failing as a lawyer and getting fired, when I went back to comedy, the conventional wisdom at that time was to be super woke. Like, because I was in the Northwest and like everybody was doing woke shit. But I was like, nah, dude, I think this woke shit is already gassed. Like, I think it's dying. And I think people want to hear real fucking comedy. I think people want to hear like different, like men and women. I think people want shit talking. You know, I think people want that. And I paid a price for that at first, right? Because I was going in the face of conventional wisdom. But then if you get in front of like real fucking middle America audiences outside of like deep, like psychotically woke ones, then all of a sudden you find out, oh, it actually works. And even the psychotically woke people will go along with you if you got a big smile on your face and they can tell you're just kidding, right? Like nobody's actually like the audience, like the idea that the audiences are too sensitive to hear jokes about themselves is based on fear. It's like you just have to have the balls to say it and see what happens. And sometimes you just like, I just had to trust myself that I was right and kind of like go in the face of conventional wisdom. And that helped me stand out too, you know, because everybody was doing woke shit. So I would have just been another guy with a man bun doing woke comedy. I wouldn't have stood out at all, you know? So it's like, sometimes you just gotta trust your gut and go with it. And that's the cool thing about capitalism. Through line, look at that. That's the cool thing about capitalism is you can trust your gut and see if you're right, and the market will tell you. You will find out real quick if you're right or not. Right? Thank you. That's a huge compliment coming from Evely Music. That's exact. Huge compliment. Shout out to Owen Benjamin, friend of the channel, whether he knows it or not. That's cool.
Well, you brought up fear, and fear was one thing that had been installed in our, societal climate over the last decade or so, to the extent, everybody was afraid to do or say anything. And that's one thing that's gonna walking on eggshells is never gonna last.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Fear-
Yeah, I was blessed because I was already I was already intermittently homeless when I was doing comedy. I'd already gotten fired multiple times. Like I was already basically destitute. So I was blessed to be in a position where I had nothing to lose. Like, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna cancel?
Exactly.
There's something liberating about getting canceled, honestly.
Yeah,
like, it sounds weird.
For real. Like when I started getting banned from venues, during the time I was getting banned, I was trying to be nice.
It doesn't work with certain people.
Yeah,
like,
what's crazy? I was censoring myself on stage. They didn't know half the shit I wanted to say. And I was like, all right, man, fuck this shit. I'm not saying women anymore. I'm saying bitches. We're doing this. We're doing this because fuck you. If you're going to ban me for being, this is the nice version and you're banning it. Fuck you, man. I'm done with this shit. You're going to say that I fucking hate women. Did you not listen to the fucking joke? But then it's like, there's nothing left you can take away. What are you going to do? Not fuck me? You're an ugly troll anyway. Like, there's nothing you can take away from me. You have no power. I have nothing. It's just me and the man bun and skinny jeans and the cat. That's all I've got. It's all I've got in the world. And I've got it piled in a Honda Accord. That's it. Okay.
He doesn't even have any pictures on his wall.
Shut up.
Well, honestly, he has more in his background than MSK does.
Hey, shout out to
MSK does have some furniture now, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
Friend of the channel. Oh, shit.
I just remember when it was just a TV box with no TV.
Yeah.
I
remember that.
I remember when it was just a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah. He's hitting on girls. We're like, bro, what are you going to do? Fuck them on the toilet?
Dude, yeah. Hey, some girls are into that. Shout out to whores. W's in the chat for whores, everybody.
I mean, all you need is a pile of blankets. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, I am
A
thinking
couple
of getting rid of
pillows
my.
to elevate certain areas. I mean, yeah.
I am thinking of getting rid of my bed for one of those Japanese futons with the tatami mats.
Yeah, dude.
Fold it out the way. Plus, it'll give me some more room to do VR in my room.
Yeah, I was on one of those for like a year and a half, and it's tough on a hardwood floor though. I would not definitely get the mat because I just had the mattress.
Well, you get the tatami mat and then you put the futon on top, but you can fold both out the way, and then you get like all this room to like do whatever else you want. So, one, I want to get a foldable racing setup for VR racing, or just driving simulators where I'm just driving the American roadways on digitally.
That's awesome.
Okay. The one thing I've been planning to do too is drunk driving streams, where
what?
So
that's good.
Yeah. So basically, I'm playing a driving game, but I'm literally getting wasted, but I'm not actually on the road. And then like, let me just try to follow these traffic roads in this game. But like I'm like shit faced right now, and that's the stream.
That's
awesome. A fucking brilliant idea, man. That's like because everybody's doing like, oh, well, I'm gonna play Morrowind or whatever the new Elder Scrolls. Fuck that. Oblivion. I'm gonna get sauced, fucking do a driving simulator and try my best to follow every traffic law. That is
or like get wasted and play Beat Saber. Like what could go wrong?
Holy shit, that's so good. I love that.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Oh man.
Do it as a long haul trucker. Use the truck simulator.
Yeah.
I mean, I got American Truck Simulator, and then ABF sent me a whole racing set I got right here. I just need to put it all together.
Nice. That's awesome.
Dude, do the real life simulator for Grand Theft where everybody's trying to go around and act like it's real life and just get
role playing servers.
Oh my gosh, there's a clip of you guys know who Vanoss Gaming is?
Yes. I follow him.
There's I freaking love Vanoss. I've been watching Vanoss since I was in middle school, like when GTA 5 first came out. But I remember
a KOAR speedy guy.
But there was what was it? There was this. I saw this one clip, right? of him and his whole crew. They were playing like a role, like they were doing the Grand Theft Auto online role play. They were on one of those servers.
Yeah.
And Vanoss calls Nogla. He says he calls Nogla retarded. And then the girl that they're playing with is like, whoa, 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 whoa. We don't say that word here. And everybody is all the whole crew, like Terrorizer and Wildcat, they start cracking up because there's like, God fucking damn it, man, I should have known this shit was gonna happen.
Well, no,
I just remember sitting there like, excuse me, bitch, do you know who the fuck you're speaking to?
No, do you know
fucking gaming? He made this shit, man.
This is what gatekeeping in games should have never stopped.
No, do you know Call Me Kevin?
Never let the women.
Oh no, I don't.
Okay, so Call Me Kevin. If you're back in the machinima days, remember how to annoy people games where they were playing Call of Duty and it was like this Irish white dude. He was playing on British servers and like, but he's just fucking with them in Call of Duty, like trapping his own teammates in the corner and like, hey, go talk to the sink and maybe the sink I'll let you out or whatever. And like they get pissed, calling him every name in the book. So he has a YouTube channel now called Call Me Kevin. So he'll go in these role playing servers and like just fucking with people to getting them all angry where they like try to boot him out. So there was a role-playing server where the devs gave him God mode, so where he can't actually get kicked out of the server. So and it was a military game where they were taking boot camp seriously. So he was just there just to fuck up the whole game. Everything. It's so hilarious.
Machinima is a throwback.
Yeah,
that's like old school YouTube.
Did you guys ever watch? It literally the finale came out at the perfect time because I was finishing Final Fantasy VII for the first time, and the finale comes out like the week I beat the game. Like I beat the game, and then I get to watch the finale. If you ever watched Final Fantasy VII Abridged, it is so fucking funny.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Is it done by who's it done by?
Machinima, I know did it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know who specific Team 4-Star.
Yeah. Well, this conversation about gatekeeping actually brings us into my next subject that I want to cover. So loyal viewers of the Touch Grass podcast will remember there was a woman in the Spokane comedy community recently who basically announced publicly on Facebook that it was her intention to destroy comedy using the power of feminism because nobody was laughing at her jokes. That was basically what happened. And then when that was not received well by the comedy community, she made a TikTok about it. And so we covered the Facebook post on one episode, we covered the TikTok on another episode. And then eventually she started making TikToks name dropping me specifically. Now, I've never name dropped her. I'm not going to name drop her. I'm not going to promote her brand. But she has since blocked me and deleted the TikToks referencing me, but we did get a screenshot of one that was particularly good. Can you pull that up, Emerald? Start liking my shit and admit that I'm both beautiful and terrifying, or you're getting blocked, Theo. 0 likes.
Oh, if it was still there, I'd go in and like it.
Wait,
yeah, like I went there to like I was the one that I commented on, and I was like, "What? The post is fucking deleted."
Yeah, dude, I was fucked up. It's like honestly, she wasn't gonna get any smoke until she name checked me. That was the problem. Wait. I'm like, bro, people follow me that fight on the internet for fun. You do not want the smoke. You have 6 followers. You do not. One of them is what? 2 of them are people who follow me. Like, you do not want the smoke with these people. They will do this for fun. She's taking it so seriously. This is, it's insane.
Admit you think I'm both beautiful and terrifying. What kind of fucking chuny middle school TikTok watching bullshit is that?
Yes. By the way, she is neither beautiful nor terrifying, for the record.
No, like I go on TikTok just to get people. So what was it? I go there to mess with wokies on there. Like one guy quote tweeted me. Well, their version of quote tweeting, where he highlighted my post and like made another video responding to my comment or some shit. Some black racist. It was I saw him on the Hodge twins. I was like, oh, let me go say something. So I paused the video, found the TikTok video, and commented how the guy was an idiot.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. And yeah, bear in mind, this all started because she just got it in her head that comedy was somehow sexist because people didn't like her jokes. And by the way, I got to the bottom of this. So she made this claim that she had been threatened with gang violence. So I got to the bottom of that, by the way. I have the follow-up on that story because I called the guy because I know him. I called the guy that was about. Literally, she just had an interaction with a black guy she didn't like. That's what happened. Because she talked to him and then she got in her head. She just decided she was gonna just like run around telling everybody that he cheats on his girlfriend or whatever, which he probably does, but like, whatever. And she was going to start showing up to his shows and disrupting them. And he was like, look, I'm not going to put hands on you, but there are like women that hang out with me who like me who will. Like, please, if you're going to show up to shows and be disruptive and cause a fuss and try to get physical, then like people are going to throw you out. Like, don't do that.
Oh, the ultimate, since she's probably an uber leftist, she's super fearful of being called a racist. See, me as a black guy, knowing that, I would have ran with that on purpose.
Yeah,
it just like that time I would do the racist card. Just to know the fact she would go out of her way to prove how much she's not racist.
Because that's really fucked up. Like, you have one bad interaction with a black guy and you go straight to gang violence, bro. What's fucked up? It's not even a black. It's just like it's like biker chicks. It's not even like it's an all white gang, but it's still like she's got it in her head that somehow she's being like flagrantly racist, to be honest. And she's got it in her head that she's still the victim. There's a sound best. Thank you, Diana. Sounds very tiny reindeer of her. Yes, exactly. This is what I'm dealing with out here. God, these are the risks I take for you people to make you laugh. This is what I do. I'm risking this girl's gonna tiny reindeer me. In fact, this chick is the tiny reindeer chick from now on. That's what we're calling her on the show because I'm not saying her name. This chick's trying to tiny reindeer me, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. And here's the thing. You know what's fucked up? I would probably try to fuck the feminism out of her if she were hot. But she's not. Wow. She's dumpy. That's the issue. Like, that's really the issue. Honestly, I would enjoy this attention a lot more if she were even mid.
No, I did that where I argued with this chick on Facebook one time, and so of course she was it was like Mexican chick calling me an Uncle Tom and everything, and so I did the race card thing with her on purpose. So I just kept going back and forth with her and blah blah blah. Yeah, and I called her the racist. So after she's like, all right, I'm done with this conversation. Then I sent her a friend request. And then she sends me a message. So you're sending a friend request to someone you called racist? So then I responded, well, I'm just playing, right? I'll just, can I get your number? And then she blocked me.
Well, it's crazy. Right before she blocked me and did all this shit, like admit that I'm beautiful and terrifying or you're getting blocked, she followed me. She followed me on TikTok. So it's like, which I don't really do shit on TikTok, but like, I was watching her channel a lot because she was giving me so much content. Like, studying crazy women is basically my full-time job at this point. So, and she was being crazy in public, like just right there. It was a great case study in why gatekeeping is important. Right? That's really what it was. Because if you let these people in, she doesn't want to do comedy. She wants to ruin comedy for everyone else because men like it and she hates men. Exactly. It has nothing to do. She doesn't want to be. I've seen her set. She doesn't want to be funny. She wants to shit on men and she wants to talk shit about her ex-husband when he's in the room. Her ex-husband that she lives with, by the way. Who, by the way, tips for her on her TikTok. They live together. She's divorced him. She talks talks shit about him to his face, and he's still simping for her in the chat.
Wow.
Well, okay, I'm just say this. He's still probably getting it. That's why he's there.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
she's probably one of those. Oh, where I want a polyamorous relationship or whatever. He was just along for the ride and broke her trust somehow, and is just like she ain't kicking me out of the house. So like, let me see how far I could stay here for this ride until she like completely gets rid of me. That's probably what's happening.
I don't know. He wouldn't be trying so hard if he was getting it on the regular.
Well,
that's right.
Well, I don't know if he's still in the same house. How hard is he trying? So
right, like this.
He has to say whatever she likes so he doesn't get kicked out, and then he still has her there. He's getting some benefit out of it. I guarantee you that. All you have to do is say something she likes, and he's like, all right, I got me a place to stay, and I got me some cat.
This may be like a cuckold fetish. Actually, let's have the chat vote. You guys think the ex-husband is getting it or no? Vote in the chat. Also, donate to my tip jar. That's pinned in the chat.
But unless there's this one thing, I knew this French lady where she had full-grown kids, mind you, all white and everything, but their father lived in the fucking shed in the backyard. And then, but she always had these African guys in the house that so like, and then the guys, so the guy lives in the shed with these dogs and stuff, and then like
with the dogs,
yes, and I'm like, oh, I already know this lady's like, she has jungle fever for these African guys or whatever.
Dude, that has to be a kink.
What is? I always wonder, what is this guy thinking? Like okay, like I know for a fact this guy's not getting it. So like I would have moved on and gone to the Philippines or some shit in this
or whatever. Do you come back from that, bro?
Yeah.
Well, he's into it. That's what I'm saying. It has to be a fetish for him.
There's
like I said, how do you come back from that?
I think it's also a possibility that he's not getting it, but he thinks he's going to, and that's why he's sticking around.
Right.
So the situation with the African guys, I already guarantee that this guy.
Oh,
there's
he's
no
watching
way
that. There's a window on that shed. He's got the fucking binoculars and he's looking into the house.
Or he's just at a point where he just wants to be left the fuck alone.
Do the kids know about this?
Well, okay, so the kids, like, I would see them, but it was like I always thought the whole situation, because he would never be in the house. I'll look into like the backyard from in the house because I'm helping make some websites and shit. And I just see this guy who's walking out.
Wait a minute.
Wait, Vagabond, why were you at the house? Hold on. Wait.
Oh. Hold the fuck
Wait,
up.
bro, Vagabond was giving this chick his third leg. Hey, W's in the chat for Vagabond.
Vagabond is like bugging her, and he looks out the window. He sees a dude in his bathrobe in the backyard. he's like, hey, who's that guy? And she's like, oh,
hey,
wait, that's my husband.
Vagabond's like, hey, yo, bitch, why that dude in the back watching us with binoculars? What's going on?
But I don't know, like
Did you
the
participate?
kids. No, I didn't participate.
Dude, that's kind of cuck shit, to being honest.
Because I guess you would also do like those foreign exchange shits where like you get paid for foreigners to stay in your house while they go to school, and so the kids were always playing FIFA all the time. Like all they did was like play FIFA with like whoever, like some Indian guy that was in the house randomly going to college or whatever. It was. I'm just saying it was a weird scenario, but so if the guy, like, okay, if the guy's in the same house for Theo's situation with this chick, I think he's getting some. But if he was like in the backyard or like somewhere far away and there's other people in the house, there's definitely not getting it.
I guarantee there's the chair in their post-marital bedroom.
Oh fuck, dude. Yeah, dude. This is a next level cuckold treat. Bro, imagine being friend zoned by your fucking ex-wife. That's crazy. In the same house. And not only that, but like simping in her chat. That's crazy.
That's why I think if he's getting it, it's extremely rare. It's more of a spectator sport at this point.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think this chick, she needs somebody to fuck the feminism out of her, but it ain't gonna be
Well,
me.
I'm telling you, she's probably one of those polyamorous like folks or whatever. So that's why he's still in the house. I'm guaranteed. Like he's gonna be like, all right, I'm just gonna simp here as long as I can. I got and I don't know how rent is in Spokane or whatever, but he's probably rent's cheap, or he's not paying anything, and he's just riding off of her and going right there.
Yo, Touch Grass has the best memes, objectively, of any show. The best memes. Oh fuck, man.
Vagabond looks so sad. He's like, does this guy have to watch?
Oh man.
Oh man, dude, this is crazy. But yeah, no, I might get baby reindeered by this chick though. So this is something we're gonna have to watch out for. Yeah. It's the thing. I do have this effect on women. I get them stirred up and they act all crazy. It happens. I don't do it on purpose, man. It just is what it is. I just walk through the world being like this. You know, it's not my fault.
Anyway, she's reading like some freaky ass rape fantasy book. Like, oh man, I bet
right now.
And then she looks at you. She's like, oh, I bet he's such a fucking predator. Oh, I bet.
Did you screen cap the one where she was asking? She wants to find out who has the best hair in Spokane between you and her.
Oh man.
Yeah, she said she wanted to physically fight me for the best hair in Spokane. And fucking Arza, friend of the channel, is like, "Oh, honey, you don't have a chance."
No, my response was I can get you Theo's contact if you want.
that was most.
No, I said I could put in a good word for you.
Yeah, like mostly because it's like transparent horniness, right? Like nobody is buying that she hates me. You know, like it's clearly, lust. She's like fucking soaking the seat every time. She's probably watching the Touch Grass podcast right now, leaving a puddle on the floor. That's what's happening. Respectfully,
she's ruining her chair.
Friend of the channel, shout out to the 4%, by the way. We love you guys. We love women here, contrary to popular belief. I know I'm like the crown prince of misogyny or whatever, but I actually love women. I love you guys. Speaking of women, let's go ahead and Emerald, can you pull up? Hold on, I'm going to show you. Can you pull up?
I've been sending you some fucking gold, dude.
Hold on, Vaughn. Well, I'm going to go through that. Let's do. Yeah, Vaughn has been hooking me up with some dope shit on Instagram. Let's pull this one up because I saw this one today. Emerald, can you pull up the?
Oh, you should add me on Instagram.
Absolutely. I
regret fucking adding you because you keep sending me feet shit, dude.
To be fair, Vaughn asked for it.
No, I
didn't. You just don't know yet.
Everybody, chat. Does Vaughn secretly like feet and he's in denial about it? Let us know. What do you guys think?
It's not even like that. I'm so like I'll give you an example. You sent that picture of like 2B. Like BS Warren has done this shit with me too. He's sending a picture of 2B. He's a character that I find very sexy, right? And then I'll be like, why are we looking at her feet instead of her tits? Like that's always my first instinct is to look past the feet. They're just in the way of what I actually.
The fact that you are protesting so much leads to question.
Right.
It's like okay, I'm just not that into feet, but whatever, it's cool. But you're like, no, stop. I can only get so much more aroused. I mean, I
hate it.
See, Vaughn needs to come with me to Dragon Con. We'll have so much fun.
Agreed.
Like the way he was like, what was it? That alien bottle he had walking around with that. Like we'll get
dude.
At fucking Dragon Con and be walking around, get some mead, like get total wasted, and I'm gonna get a girl to step on you, and I'll change her.
That will shake me up, bro. I'm trying to get a girl to step on me while she reads my bank statement in a judgmental tone. You know what I'm saying? Just like $40 on weed, you out of your fucking mind.
Yeah. I was at Otakon a few years ago, and I haven't been back in a while, but I was at Otakon a few years ago, and there were these two girls. One of them was dressed as Makima from Chainsaw Man, and then there was another girl dressed as Mitsuri from Demon Slayer, and they were holding up these cardboard signs that were like, what was it? It was like $3 for a picture of one of us stepping on you, $5 for both of us to step on you. And I looked at the sign, and my best friend was with me. I looked at him, and I was like, "Fuck it, bro! I got $5."
So one of the Dragon Cons, there was a girl with like horse hoofs or whatever. She was like one of those. So she had a sign. It was roll a d20 or pay me 5 shekels. So I paid the 5 shekels in Cash App and got the picture. And then months later, like, she totally forgot who I was. I was like, you know what? I need to get her contact. So I cashed apped her again, but in Cash App, you could write messages. So I was like, I sent her like, I think like 3 Cash Apps of like $5. I was like, hey, I don't know if you remember me, but I'm the black guy that you stepped on. And so,
could you be more specific? I had a busy day, honey.
so I was like, I was just wondering, do you have like, and I ran out, so I had to send another Cash App. So I was like, so I got her contact details from Cash App and got the Instagram and socials, which I was telling Vaughn to do at Vegas for what was it? The chick at the strip club you guys went to?
I have her Cash App, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do is Cash App her and be like, hey, remember me?
Really like need to talk to her.
No, we need to get her on the show. We're going to do this today. We're be working on the studio today.
I'll tell you fucking what, dude. You send me the money and I'll fucking Cash App.
Why?
If you want her on that badly.
All right, when we get the studio set up, we'll talk about this. We are gonna get the future ex Mrs. Coleman on the show. It is gonna happen because I want to see you guys together because I love you and I want you to be happy for a while.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. Well, I love you and I want you to be happy. Also, I think a divorce would be really good for your creativity. So
that happiness is only going to last.
I will say, bad experience with women, very good for creativity. I've been writing.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Shout out to I Can Fix Her coming soon.
Yeah. I have a book, by the way. I'm gonna, I'll announce it on air. I wanted to write a bad girl book, like 90s. I wanted to have a book with a hot chick in it. I'm not gonna give the full details, but it may or may not be about a former succubus turned into a succubus slayer.
Based.
So very based.
Oh, that reminds me of a movie where okay, you guys familiar with LARPing?
Yeah.
So
shout out to Selena.
So there's a movie called Knights of Badassdom.
Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, it's a 10 out of 10. Like, basically, one of the guys brings a spell book. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna turn up my LARPing, and he actually summons a succubus that's like killing all the LARPers and stuff. The movie is a pretty good watch. If you like Tucker and Dale versus Evil, then you'll love this movie.
I need to see that one. That's been on my watch list forever.
It's a fun movie.
All right, this is actually a really good transition. Emerald, can you pull up that video of the girl who's quitting lesbianism? This is great. Let's go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage.
So this is my resignation from lesbianism. Because actually, what the fuck? I am only 24. I came out at 18, so I've only been in the lesbian dating pool for 6 years. And all I can say is, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I have been through so much bullshit because I wanted to kiss girls.
Yeah.
Because I needed to love women and kiss girls.
Yep.
So my life has been an absolute shit show for the past 6 years. And all I can think to do at this point is resign. I mean, if there's another solution, let me know. But, and you're probably like, oh, she's being dramatic. She's being dramatic. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that. Okay, let's just go through some of the shit that's happened in the past 6 years then, shall we? I have had a breakup song written about me and posted on the internet. I have been in a throuple. Did I seek out a throuple? No, I did not. No, I didn't go on Tinder and look for throuple, unicorn looking for couple. No. It's just a situation I got fucking roped into, right? I can tell you how we got there, but it. And And that also blew up in my face, by the way. That was horrible.
Who could have seen that coming?
No.
I have had my car chased down by someone's ex, like
Yeah.
literally running on the side of my car,
Yeah.
jumping in front of a moving vehicle and trying to fight me.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What the fuck? I've been cheated on and then lied to about it. I have had someone tattoo my entire body, ass and all, on their body just to get it covered up, just to cover up the whole thing.
That is
Need I go on?
Yeah.
Like at this point, like, do I need to even say more? Like, I feel like that's enough dating drama for at least a decade. At least a decade. Every serious relationship I've had, I've only had 2. And I lived with both of these people, have blown up in my face.
Yeah.
So dramatically, too. Just each time I'm left fucked.
Real quick, could you just
So I know-
could you briefly pause it? I don't want. I'm sorry to interrupt. I had to run to the bathroom and come back. Did she say that she got beat at all? I just wanted to.
Not yet.
Just
Not
okay.
yet. But she's only 24. She's just getting started.
Okay, fair enough. Okay,
well, it sounds
fair
like
enough.
she's
Sorry.
just getting out of it.
Well,
Let's pause real quick. Something I noticed. She said, because I thought I had to love women. I thought I had to.
That is weird phrasing.
That is, there's a lot of messaging going on right now to young women that no, don't date men. Men
Yeah.
are trash. You
Well-
must be lesbian or you're not part of the, the
not
the
only
club.
that, the tomboys are say like they're like, oh, well, if you are a tomboy, then you're automatically lesbian.
It's
Yeah.
a lot
makes
easier to
Or you're
condition a
trans.
straight woman into being gay or lesbian than it is a guy.
But
And
here's
we've
what I
seen this
also
happen.
noticed here. So it has nothing to do about anything she's talking about. So that Alice in Wonderland poster that's up in that corner right there, I think she's into mushrooms or some type of hallucinogen.
Oh,
Oh
probably.
yeah, she looks like a hippie.
Yeah. Also, Alice in Wonderland is very bisexual coded. So I have a bisexual checklist that is 100% accurate, and it's got a few points on it. If the girl went through an emo phase in middle school or high school, if she's got multiple piercings outside the ears, if she has dyed hair, if she has multiple visible tattoos, and if she likes a queer signaling Disney character. Bonus points if she has a tattoo of the queer signaling Disney character.
Well-
and one of the most recurrent ones is Alice in Wonderland.
Well,
Big
that
bisexual energy.
art style right there tells me she's into like mushrooms.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait, but so it's funny that you say Alice in Wonderland is very bisexual coded. Vagabond, are you familiar with what is it? Alice in the Land of Hearts or Alice in the Kingdom of Hearts? I can't remember what exactly it's called.
Well, in Kingdom Hearts, I'm not in the Kingdom Hearts series. I only
No,
played
it's
the
not
first-
in Kingdom Hearts. It's like a shoujo series, and I don't know why my PNG's not lighting up right now.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah,
hold
it's
on.
it's a shoujo manga series. It's meant for young girls. It's basically it's Alice in Wonderland, except everyone is like very like everybody is very attractive, and they're all trying to smash Alice. Like the Cheshire Cat is like a femboy with like Neko ears and stuff, and then the Mad Hatter is very tall and sharp featured and handsome.
Is it Alice
then-
in Borderland?
No, it's not
Oh.
Alice in Borderland. It's like Alice in the Land of Clovers or Alice into the Kingdom. There's different versions of it based on who they pair her up with. So there's Alice in the Kingdom of Hearts, there's Alice in the Land of Clover or in the Country of Clover. But yeah, it's funny that you say that because I immediately thought of that. I was like,
I
shit.
think I seen
He's-
the
yeah, you're
manga
wrong.
of it. Alice.
Yeah,
All right, let's wrap this up.
yeah, it was popular when I was like a teenager.
Never want to
Rob-
live with someone again. Also, I need to just resign anyway because lesbians love to U-Haul, love to move in. I'm never living with any of you ever again. I've had someone threaten to take me to court. Need I go on? Need I even go forward any farther? Like, honestly, the drama is insane. It's unprecedented. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. So if you need me, I will be sat in my house, not talking to nobody, running my business and minding my damn business, because fuck y'all. Fuck y'all.
Yeah. So
I'm so over it. I'm so over it.
all right, that's enough of that girl. She's so over it.
She
Let's
literally
get her out of
said
here.
she literally said the trope of a U-Haul.
Yes. Because it's real. That's why. But let me tell you something. Like what she basically had was the typical male dating experience, and she decided to quit. That's what happened.
Yeah.
This is I don't know about you guys. That's very normal from what I've experienced dealing with women. That's like very kind of like par for the course. If you're going to date women, some of them are going to be nuts. Some of them are going to get tattoos of you. They're going to move into your house, whether you know it or not. I had a girl start living with me. I didn't even know what happened until my roommate told me. That's real.
What?
They just do that shit. She came. I just thought she was coming over a lot. She came over and did not leave.
Well, okay, so I think part of the problem with lesbian couples is that, okay, so it's two people who are based on entirely emotions.
Yes.
Yeah.
As opposed to where, okay, guys can be emotional, but we put our emotions second most of the time. And all right, let's be logical or whatever first. But so I'm not saying that's every guy, but that's why lesbian couples have more domestic abuse instances and a bunch of other problems they're going through.
Yep. Statistically.
Yeah, I mean, it's also, and this is another difference between I've been working because the conversation was going and never wanted to interrupt at any point. But man, I have like, there was this video I was watching because I was with this succubus story I was working on. I was like thinking like what female psychopaths tend to exhibit. The reason why we don't see as many of them is because they typically manifest them in ways that are shockingly normalized, like shockingly.
Oh yeah.
Let me see if I could find this video. It was like I sent a clip of it in the group chat, but I'm gonna see if I could pull up the YouTube video. Because there was like one point that it got to like 0.8, I think, and I was like 10 warnings, and I was like, holy shit, I know like 3 of these. Hold on, let me find it. I'm not saying now, granted, you could find traits of psychopaths in anyone, you know, so I'm not saying if they exhibit that makes them
but you're right. So the point Vaughn's making here is like our society is set up to understand antisocial behavior by the way men do it. And you can look at that through the prison system. Like the prison system is designed to control male antisocial behavior. Women antisocial behavior is different. Like they tend to participate in just like crazy reputation destruction. Actually, go ahead and play the clip.
Ready? All right. Tell me you don't know one of these. Hold on. Is it they don't love you? Or let me see if it's this one.
So you're interchangeable. The psychopath objectifies you and serves themselves to whatever you have. Their relationships are strategic rather than based on a need for love and connection. If you can help them get ahead, you are useful, period. And they will either discard you completely or emotionally when you are no longer of use, or maybe just, keep you on a shelf close by in case they need something in the future. Number 8, females.
Tell me you've not dealt with that.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a lot of women.
Yeah, I've dated women before, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that's like, because maybe she didn't because the fact that she put that, like, I have, and this isn't even just specifically a relationship thing. I think a lot of women in general will do this with like friends. They're there for them at their worst, whatever. When the shoe's on the other foot, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Completely one-sided, and this is what the whole friend
but
zone.
They'll tell
what
you
they're doing, that shelving, collecting of people, but also controlling the fact, like they keep them at distance. But if they start to excel or pursue other relationships, that's when they just come back just enough to sabotage and then reshelf, put back into the Tupperware, back onto the cabinet, for their collection. They keep this harem almost of friend zoned, just with just enough hints of sexual, interaction,
Yes.
but with
But
enough
to deny it
so
completely.
that they have
They're-
complete plausible deniability. So if they say, well, I thought we had a connection, I thought there was something there, I don't know what gave you that idea. Why'd you think that?
Yes.
Yeah, I've
Yes,
had
that's
that.
real.
I have had that,
Yeah,
dude.
I had a girl. She called them openly. She called them auxiliary boyfriends. She was like
They don't have to
flagrantly
hide
saying
it.
that.
That's
That's
bad.
bad.
Yeah. No, she did it in public and like in front of people. And guess what? When her fucking 6'6" fighter pilot boyfriend finally ditched her for the final time, she called me crying and was like, Theo, I need you to come over. I'm blah, blah, blah. I get there, no sign of tears on her face. Emotion has completely changed. She brought me over there because this was the time to cash in. I was always there for if need dick, break glass. Right? That was always why I was there. And tonight was the night she wanted to cash in. That was what happened. Like, it was like, we had so many weird conversations. Like, she wanted me to, it was so weird because, like we were, like, friends ostensibly, but she was, like, also, like, wanted all this, like, weird, like, sexual adjacent shit. Like, she wanted me to do, like, she wanted to like me to like talk to her in like a kinky way and like daddy her a little bit. And I was like, I would not do that to my friend. What are we doing here? Like, because here's the thing. I don't have a problem getting pussy. I have no problem with the arrangement of this situation. Like, I'm cool with it. Like, I thought it was interesting because it gives me, like, honestly, like talking to her just like gave me so much. It just like kind of clued me into like what women are actually up to. If you really want to get blackpilled on women, fucking have a female friend and listen to her dating choices.
Oh yeah.
Like, you don't want to just give up. That's the way to do it, So it was just like I was kind of fine with it, but then like I said, when she had she had a big fake emotional breakdown when she thought she was getting abandoned by her boyfriend, and that was the night she was going to cash in, and that was when it hit me. I was always here for this. I was always serving this purpose. I was always the backup plan in her mind, and I've had other friends that like.
And if you think you were the only one,
no, I was just the one that answered that night.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
dude, that happened to me. That fucking chick in Vegas that called me out. I'm like, she's like, oh, I'll see you there. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, it's all right. I knew this, but like, I get a call like 4 a.m. one night. I'm like, I guess she exhausted her fucking roster. She didn't know what. She's like, all right, fuck it. Which, to be fair, like, if you're at a bar and you're like, I want to hook up with someone, like sometimes we'll make contact, like an unspoken thing with a girl. It's like, all right, we both like unspoken were our backups. Like she's attracted to me enough, I'm attracted to her enough, but like we're gonna keep searching. And if
and that's kind of a different situation because you were both there and you weren't gonna, neither one of you were gonna stay there. That was like the vacation hookup culture there.
Yeah, that's different. But it's like,
Little bit
man,
different.
it sucks too because like men, and this is another thing, men aren't like, I'm not strategic with my friendships necessarily. If I like you, I like you. It's like I just, that's it. And I guess that might be what we're like kind of in relationships. Women look at relationships very differently because they want the guy who could do this. And that's why when you're talking about, I don't think she's into the cuckold guy, whatever, like talking about that husband. All right, that's not what women like. As long as he provides validation, like I've thought about this. If you have a roster of 10 guys, she's not necessarily going to go with the most attractive one. She's going to go with the guy that validates whatever emotions she needs validated, more so than the attraction. I think personally.
Right? Yeah, that's totally true. Like this same friend
I disagree.
Oh, go ahead.
Back in high school, when all the girls when that fucking High School Musical movie came out, it was the most annoying movie as a black person, as a black guy, because all you would hear is fucking Corbin Blue's ass. I fucking hate. I haven't I seen him on that Disney show, whatever, where they're like stuck on an island or some shit. But other than that, outside of that, I hated him every single second. Chick talked about fucking High School Musical. I refuse to watch that movie, by the way, too.
I was in the play at school.
I've seen all of them. Because
what part did you play?
Why am I not shocked?
I was going to say it's better than Twilight.
What part did you play, Vaughn?
Guess.
Wait, was it Sharpay's like male friend? Yeah,
Sharpay's gay brother.
Oh, her brother, right? I couldn't remember what he is. I can't.
Yeah.
Where's he at? Where's his actor at?
Bro, you
Ryan.
couldn't have waterboarded that out of me. You just said that
here's
on
the thing.
air.
Oh my god, I'm remembering why I took it. I took it because I thought the girl I liked. Oh my god, I remember this. The girl I liked was gonna play Sharpay, but then she switched out of the role because she wasn't into acting, and I was stuck in it. Oh my god. No, the girl I ended up being Sharpay was, she was cute too. But the girl I was attracted to, I'm pretty sure that was why. Well, actually, I was into acting, and they weren't going to cast me as Troy because I wasn't a jock. So that was what I got, because I got a pretty boy look, whatever. But also, I was hoping that one of the girls I had a crush on would be Sharpay. That didn't end up happening.
Wait, so you almost like acted out like an incest fantasy?
No,
because if she's Sharpay,
it was a
then
role.
you're
Bro,
her
that's
brother.
way worse than feet.
Yeah.
No, that was
That's
bad.
way worse.
I think, hang on, I might
Chad,
be
is Von
misremembering.
Coleman into incest? Yes or no?
I might be misremembering, but I think
W's in
a
the
redhead?
chat for incest.
Please tell me she
W's
was a
in the chat
redhead.
for
Right.
incest. Wincest.
No, she was
Hashtag
blonde.
Wincest.
He's subscribed to the little known Family Feet Finder.
no.
Very big in West Virginia.
Oh, fuck.
No, I used to go to the my first high school's place because there was like
There's
one
probably
chick
footage
that I
of it,
liked.
too.
I don't really care for plays. I would just sit there and just wait for it's over, get my hug, and fucking leave.
Dude, I gotta see if I'll have to do like I'll have to see because I want to go through all my old because my YouTube channel is like I've been uploading for like 12 years I think, but I have short videos that precede that I've been wanting to show off for my channel. Like I was gonna do it for a sub special and then I've been putting it off. But I honestly, if I could find the footage of that fucking High School Musical, I probably have it somewhere.
Oh no.
I don't know if I want that out
Lord.
there though.
All right. Hey, while we're
Well, I
doing
mean,
this,
you've already put it in the ether, so now.
Yeah,
you
well, listen, if
Yeah.
I get money out of it, then I'll be like, because I was in middle school, so
yeah, donate to the
monetize-
tip jar. If we get a big donation to the tip jar, then Von.
Well, I
Coleman
don't know
will
that
show
I
the
have
video.
to see that I
Right.
have it, because if I don't have
So
the
it's a
footage,
monetize the shame and embarrassment.
Yeah, let's.
I mean, I don't really
donate
care
to the tip
'cause-
jar if we want to shame Von Coleman. That's what I'll do. Donate to the tip jar. Let's while we're waiting on this, Emerald, can you pull up the delusional takes post because I want to break this down. This is really important. Okay, let's break this down. This is a woman posting this. 45% of men aged 18 to 25 have never approached a woman in person. Never. 60 to 70% of men say that the number one reason they don't approach women is fear of rejection. You have to be welcoming and comfortable with rejection. If you fear being rejected, you'll never make a move. Men don't get to blame women for why they're single or why they're sitting around waiting for a woman to approach them. There are plenty of good women out there who are ready for a good man. Now, the same woman earlier posted this. Women don't want to be suddenly approached by random men on the street. A woman existing doesn't give you the right to access her. Cry about it all you like. It won't make her more comfortable.
wait, no,
Oh,
the same
same
day?
woman.
Real quick, Theo, can you supersize me real quick?
Yeah.
I want to drop some wisdom for the chat. Chat, if you want to catch a fish, talk to the fisherman. Don't talk to the fucking fish.
Yes. Yes. Very good.
Fish don't want to be caught.
No.
The fish will-
These fish don't want to take accountability, so they won't say the other things that would incriminate them.
Yeah,
No,
some
and here's
of
the
them
thing.
fucking smell like fish too.
Now,
Here's
to
the
be
thing.
fair, I've had feelings for women that don't check my criteria, but I acknowledge that they're mistakes.
Yeah.
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 Well,
Well,
I just
Yeah.
want to say this Echo chick is the reason why there's things called passport bros.
Yeah.
yes. Yes. And let me say, I can break this down as the resident fisherman here. I could break this down. It's not rocket science. She wants to be approached by the men she wants to approach her.
But not the other ones.
But not the ones she finds gross, which is 90% of men. The 10% of men she wants to approach her, she wants to approach. And this is bat sauce with a spicy take.
Hold on.
CS
So-
says otherwise is BS.
Here's the thing.
Shout out to
CJ.
CS. Shout out to CS Johnson, friend of the channel.
Okay, here's the thing. CJ is right, okay? Because she says women want to be romanced, which okay, yeah, that's true for, well, yeah, that's true. What is romancing?
Yeah.
Here's the thing, and this is where you get
direction, you're clingy. Like
yeah, and this is where you get into, the difference between men and women. When women say, "Oh, we want to be, we want to be romanced," that it tends to, there's not a concrete there's no tangible manner in which they want that to occur. So if you take an approach, it may depending on what approach you take, it may or may not work, right? Even if you are like romancing her.
Yeah, and even if you do everything right, you may just not be the guy. Maybe if a different guy did it, it would work. But here's the thing. The problem is women want to be approached by the guys they want to approach them. And as a guy, you have no idea if that's you or not. You just have to shoot your shot and figure it out, right? Yeah. You don't know, and you can do things to make yourself more the guy they want. But at the end of the day, like if the girl's not fucking with you, the girl's not fucking with you. You're pissing up a rope. Doesn't matter, right? You got to just move on. It's a numbers game, right? So this is what I think women don't have any real concept of. So they'll say things like this that are completely contradictory, and they'll have even if you showed this to her, you wouldn't see the contradiction. She wouldn't be able to comprehend that these two statements contradict each other, because in her mind, this is totally consistent. She's like, yeah, I want the guys I want to approach me, and I want the gross ones to stay away. How is the guy supposed to know? Well, he's just supposed to read my mind. Right? Like he's just supposed to know. And part of this is because hot women are not used to having to ask for shit. They're used to things just appearing in front of them, and they don't understand why that doesn't happen in every area of their life. By the way, this is the same reason that women resent men for having cool jobs, because women get all their jobs for free because of affirmative action, and they assume that men get them the same way. They don't understand that you have to fucking bleed for this shit. They don't understand. They just have no concept of how much more work it is for men to get stuff because they've gotten all their shit for free. Anyway, go on. What are we playing here? What is this?
Well, no. This is in honor of B.S. Warren's little comment. It's the Gordon's Fisherman. Gordon's Fisherman.
Is this our sponsor today?
The sponsor of the show today, Gordon's Fisherman. Shout out to Gordon's Fisherman, friend of the channel.
Because the fish don't want to be caught, so you go to the fisherman.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. It's like here's the thing.
But they don't. But they do. But they don't. But they do. But they don't.
They want to be caught by the guys that they want to catch them, and you don't know who you are, right? So you just have to kind of like fucking figure it out. And that's the thing. If the girl's not fucking with you, or if she's giving you the runaround, and she's like, no, just be friends. Let's be friends, like all that shit. Just move on, because you're not the guy for her. Because here's the thing, regardless of what she's telling you, she gave it up for free immediately to a guy she met before you, right? That she liked. So if she's making it hard for you in any way, she just doesn't like you that much.
Yeah.
She just doesn't like you that much. It is what it is, and I think it sucks because a lot of men are designed to chase and respond to challenges and do it the hard way, but one of the things I say on this channel all the time is don't play unwinnable games. Don't do that. And if a girl's giving you a hard time, it's just not a winnable game. Just fucking move on, especially in fucking the post Me Too America. If the girl's giving you any kind of sass, fucking bail. Just fucking bail. Go with a girl who's no nonsense and says yes the first time. Don't even fucking try with a girl who's giving you a hard time.
And we all say this, we've all done it.
Real quick. This also, I'm glad you said the post Me Too era, because she said to be suddenly approached by random men. Normally that would just be a normal occurrence and you could move on with your day and not even think about it again. But now that is akin to some kind of violation. Yeah. It's appalling. Now, her statements are also, she's clearly a product of now the social media era of women having a very overinflated sense of self-worth because of simp culture, because they post a few pictures online and they get way too many likes, hard eyes, and that automatically inflates their sense of self-value. So now they think they all deserve that 5% of men that they think exists that really don't. Not for them anyway. Not for 90% of them, because they don't realize they just cut their, prospects not even in half. They've completely eliminated it on the, their what they think that they're entitled to, which they're not.
And that actually brings us right into, it's a great transition to our next video. Emerald, can you pull up that next video? Because that actually, what you're talking about, Iron, this phenomenon of women having a wildly inflated sense of self-worth, so that keeps them always looking for a guy that checks all their boxes. That brings us right into this next video. Go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage of this.
I think men do
if you're
it too.
a man in your 30s and you're single and you live in New York or San Francisco, please stay. Everyone else can swipe up. Great, now that I have the attention of the people that I need, I have a question for you. So we are in our 30s. See, there's a group of us. We're all single. I would say all my friends are pretty much like 9 out of 10. Great in all sorts of ways. Hot, stunning, beautiful, great personality, and great jobs. But single as a Pringle. And a lot of us think that the men in New York are just exponentially better. But then on TikTok, it's like New York men are equally as bad as SF men. But here's the problem with men. They feel really one note. Everyone is a software engineer. Everyone's in tech. Everyone's like quite vanilla. They don't really have high or any EQ. And like the conversations just feel like I am going to pluck my eyeballs out. It's either like these men want to get married tomorrow or like don't know how to date. And it's just like, well, where's the normal people? The normal men. So I know I'm going to get a lot of hate in the comments, but I am curious.
Shut the fuck up.
Are the men in New York better? Is this true?
Stupid hot.
And if so, what are the pros and cons of dating in either of those cities? It's just been unsuccessful, for lack of better words. It's been a minus out here. And as someone who's lived in many cities, I lived in Boston, Chicago, Kansas City, LA. I feel like there should be like the biggest, highest percentage of success in SF. But it's been the opposite. So tell me more.
Now let's break this down, because this is a little bit of womanese. When she says normal men, she means top 5% men that I'm going to be attracted to. Where are the top 5% men that I'm going to be attracted to? And when she says dating in New York, based heavily music. When she says, dating in New York, is that better? It's like, yes, there are a lot of attractive, wealthy, successful guys in New York, and they are dating 6 of you right now. Yeah. Right. And when she says all of my friends are 9s out of 10s, listen to the criteria she listed. We're all hot. Now listen, that girl's mid. That girl's a hard aging 6. Okay. A hard aging 6, and she's rating herself a 9. Now, hard aging 6s are friends with other hard aging 6s, and then there's one fat girl to kind of balance things out, the fridge that guards the snacks, if you will, right? So she does not, her friends are not 9s out of 10s. You know how I know? Because she's not. She thinks they have great personalities. Obviously, she doesn't. She seems vapid, vain, shallow, completely, like I would not waste more than 2 minutes of my life talking to this woman. Right. So
bitch gets into the club free once.
Right.
And this is what happens.
And here's the thing. And she also says we have great personalities and great jobs. You don't have great personalities and no one gives a fuck about your job. Can you make banana bread? Like, what can you suck peanut butter through a straw? That would impress me. Right. But no, I don't give a fuck about your job in HR at a software engineering company that you got for free from affirmative action. That does not impress me. Your participation trophies are not amusing to me. Are you capable of empathy? That would impress me. That would be a rare quality. That would make you worthy of a top 5% guy, because that would make you a top 5% woman. That's what I'm guessing is the percentage right now of women in San Francisco who are capable of empathy. Right. And here's the thing. She's lived in all these different major cities with huge populations. She's probably been ran through by hundreds of guys at this point. And at no point has it occurred to her to ask herself, am I the problem? It's always about the men.
No, the reason why she's picking San Francisco and New York, she wants the guy that works at, that person works at Google, or that person works at whatever high-end company, and is probably living in some like condo skyrise or some bullshit.
Well, yeah, she's not going to pick pick the lower level girl.
Yeah. And also, why do all these?
She wants somebody at the top.
Why do all these autistic tech nerds have low emotional intelligence? What's going on?
Yeah,
like this is a selection problem. Right?
Well, yeah, she's not picking the dock worker in LA. That's why she limited her. One of the problems is she's limiting her choices in the first place. So it's which is basically her fault if she's not finding anybody, because she's going past probably a garbage man in fucking LA that probably makes more than enough money to survive.
You beat me to it, dude. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's overlooking all of the trade school graduates with manual labor jobs that are probably making just as much, if not more. And would also, because, you know, most of those jobs are hard work, but 4 days a week, 3 days off to recover, probably have more time with them and probably more socially adjusted than the tech nerds. But no, they're completely overlooked because ew.
Right.
Comes home stinking of the day. Bitch don't know what she's messing.
No, she doesn't. Again, I cannot stress this enough. She says, where are the normal guys? She doesn't want normal guys.
No,
she does not want normal guys. She doesn't. The reason she
no
thinks
one
that,
wants. Let's also just say no one wants. I don't want. When I say I want a normal girl, that's not because I've said that too. That's not what anyone actually means. We want an above average girl. We want an above average guy. Who wants, you know, like no one just is like, yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, it is. She's like, where are the super hot top 5% guys that I'm attracted to? And the reason she thinks that's normal is because those are the only guys she can see. The rest of men are amorphous, asexual gray blobs in her peripheral vision that hold the door open for her and run society and remember her order at Starbucks. And she just isn't even aware that they exist. Right. Or the thousands of simps in her DMs that have inflated her sense of self-worth, the thousands of guys who follow her on Instagram hoping she shows feet, right? Those are the guys that are responsible for this. And that's why women are women, whatever. The big thing on the show, you're not going to be able to change women. That's just how it is. You can change how you move, okay? And so if you, the Touchgrass audience, if any of you fuckers are contributing to the simp culture, stop it now, because you're making this society unlivable.
I posted a video from It's a Gundam where it's a girl in tech where you never find out what she actually fucking does. She's just there living her best life.
Yes. And you've seen these TikToks of these girls a day at my tech job. And it's like, I went to work at 11 a.m. after I woke up because I was hungover and I got free breakfast and it was guava and it was good. And then I went to a Zoom call and then I went home at 3:30 and we all went to the bar. We have such good camaraderie. Bye. Yeah. That's her whole job. I've never seen one of these bitches do work.
Yeah, and this is something else. Okay, the Asian girl, right? She says, you know, we've all got great personalities. What do you do? Like, what do you actually like do? I don't care.
A crackhead.
Well, yeah.
No, this girl, she's just about her look. Like I can tell, she's one of those. She wants a tech job to pretty much do nothing all day and live on TikTok.
Yeah.
But like that's the problem with her is like you'll see them as like, okay, well, just what Theo said, where they just get up and basically have adult daycare fun all day and then go home. And like I worked at the game studio I worked at, so I was in the art department, and then we had the programmers, and the other side of the building there was like the other group where all they did was have fun all the fucking day.
The
and
HR department.
Yeah, and like still to this day, I have no clue what the fuck they even did at the job. We'll be asking each other. Oh, my bad.
What they do is pad the diversity stats. That's what they do.
Even worse for that, I had someone who's like worked in the film industry. By the way, definitely would love to get this guy on Rogues. I've talked to about him before, but he was like giving me advice on my resume. He's like, Vaughn, your resume is good, but you're writing it for the wrong people. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, your resumes are being looked at by the worst people on the face of the earth. These HR ladies that don't know anything about film. They don't know anything about really any of these. You need to start pandering to them. And so he gives me samples of resumes, and they're not even close to what I thought. You know what? Suddenly I start getting more job responses in certain areas, because here's the thing. Those people that you're like, they do nothing. They're responsible for us people getting jobs.
Yes. Yes.
So
And
you're sending a resume to someone thinking, oh, it's someone in my field who will understand. No, it is the HR department because they're actually too busy doing their jobs.
Yes.
It's worse when
and
you get.
What really sucks is these people get to say, I'm in the tech industry. I'm in the film industry.
Yes.
No, you're fine.
So all those people, Vagabond, that you were saying you don't know what they do, they know nothing about the video game industry. They know nothing about the craft or what it takes or what to do what you and your team and the other team were doing. Just like they don't know anything about coding in the tech industry or anything about making film or art. They only know about just showing up long enough to brag about being in that industry and basically gatekeeping it from all the grosses they don't want in it, even if they're the most talented and qualified people.
Yes,
based on merit.
And they believe that this makes them a part of the aristocracy, and that they are therefore entitled to marry within the aristocracy. Right? They don't understand. Can we pull up Emerald? Vagabond said that it's a Gundam video. Can you pull that up on mute? And we just want to fast forward through the parts where it's just like the girl and what she actually does at her job. We're gonna watch it on mute so we don't get fucked. But just skip ahead to the parts where it's actually the chick doing her fucking job.
There is no parts with her doing her job. It's just her like there is just I was hungry.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Now we're getting into it. There.
Oh.
This is just her
doghouse. They having custom made hot dogs in the building.
Yes, adult daycare.
I had essentially a mini taste of Chicago with a lot of local vendors.
Oh my God, look at this. It's delicious. Of course, the LinkedIn cupcakes have the rainbow flag.
Do you think electricians and plumbers have a fucking hot dog stand at their work? Do you think?
Man,
no, those motherfuckers are taking bologna and, processed food to work every day so it doesn't spoil in the sun.
That or they stop at a gas station.
Oh, look, there's a concert.
Oh, the
tasting dancing, a 3D camera thingy.
But not that many people were dancing.
Of course not many people were dancing. You people would probably pass out from the exhaustion of being forced to use your bodies.
No, the tree company I worked at were basically the guys that the crew that cut down the trees and climb them, all that shit. All we did was drink Coronas and fucking go get Mexican food in between and drink Coronas between shifts.
Yeah, go ahead.
Spending a day as a 23-year-old living in LA working in tech. So I drove to the office. My gas and car payment a day is around $22. I miss breakfast, but they always have these great little packaged snacks and goodies, and that's provided. And also lunch is provided. This is probably the best perk of working in tech is the free food.
What? Google's giving away free breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then people wonder why hundreds and hundreds, or not even hundreds, thousands of people get laid off in tech.
Right. And this was before that.
Unstable.
Right. That big round of layoffs where all those people that were just on there to pad the diversity stats to improve their diversity scores so that they would qualify for influxes of funding from places like BlackRock. Right. It'd look good. They'd have good, diversity scores. Right. Just so they can say, hey, we've got this percentage of women working here. Look at us. We're doing so good. Right. All those people got laid off because they didn't fucking do anything and they cost money to keep around. And they cost money because it's salary, benefits, paying for their fucking food, paying for these fucking employee events so that they're, entertained. It's like if any of you ever had a job like that. Ever.
No, you know what it actually reminds me of? Have you guys seen Sopranos? So the guys in Sopranos that are just sitting in chairs around the construction site.
Yes.
So in Sopranos there are these things called no-show and no-work jobs, which are basically no-show jobs are where you don't even have to show up to the work site. You're just on the payroll, and that's how you get that's basically how you justify all your illegal income is through that no-show job. And then no work jobs are where you do show up to the work site, but you just park your backside in a lawn chair and just hang out and just watch everybody else work all day. That's what that makes me think of. Those fat Italian Jersey motherfuckers
Dude,
sitting
I
in their
need to
lawn
fucking
chairs
watch
drinking
that
beer
shit.
all day.
I'm from New Jersey and I haven't even watched that show yet, and I know I need to.
Dude, I was very sad to learn that Satriali's, the sandwich shop that they're always at, that they actually bulldozed that and turned it into a parking lot a while ago.
I know some
like
of
not
the
long
show
after the show
is shot
ended.
near me where I live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what that reminds me of. And it's complete foolishness.
Yeah. Let's see. We got one more. I want to end the show on a happy note. So we got one more video we're gonna break down and then we'll do our outros. But I want to send this one out. This is the future. This is the future for these chicks. Go ahead and pull up that video, Emerald, the one I just labeled. This is fun. This one warmed my heart and made me smile, and I hope it does the same for you. Go ahead and play
53. It has been several years. Where are all the good men? I'm tired of being alone. I want to share my life with someone. I am just freaking tired.
Aw, she's tired, guys.
In love. I want to share my life with someone. I want to feel the joys. I want to have my hands held. I want to be held. I want to kiss. I want to support. I want to make coffee with that person. I want my person. I want my person. Why is it so hard to find your person?
Have you considered cats?
I'm tired.
Now, what decisions did she make up until this point is what I want to know.
I can tell you. Listen to the way she describes it. It's I, me, my, I want. Did you hear her say anything about what she would do for another person?
Well, she could start by buying me the Nintendo Switch too.
Yeah, dude. Bro,
I'm willing to
bro,
bet,
she looks like she's got a retirement.
I think you need to slide into some DMs, Vagabond. You might have a prospect there.
I'm willing to bet that lady's in some white collar work. And I actually kind of want to tie this back to what we were talking about with what that Asian girl was saying, how that Asian girl, she's looking in corporate America. She's looking for men in corporate America. Here's the problem. Corporate America incentivizes eternal bachelors and bachelorettes.
Yes.
You get more promotions, you move further in the company. If you don't have kids, if you're not married, if you never get married, it's and again, this is one of the reasons.
Yeah, they don't realize they're being turned into slaves.
Yeah, exactly.
Slaves, but it's still
and for the past 3 decades, everybody's parents have been, telling them, oh, get this engineering degree and go work in corporate America, go do this, without realizing, that has an effect. Because for those of you guys, this is going to be a bit crazy. For the past at least 5 years, there have been at minimum 100,000 at least computer science grads graduating from universities in America annually. So that's like 500,000 people right there. And people talk about, oh, there's this many jobs on the market now,
You know what's crazy is like a lot of those jobs are going to be taken by AI in not too long. I'm going to tell you something.
I found another.
They need people to develop and train the AI and tweak it and stuff. So it's not like, it's more like developers just have to shift to make sure they have.
But no, it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that, though. I'm telling you, when I was working right before I got fired from the law office, last time I had a law job, I was using ChatGPT almost every day, and I realized they don't need to employ me. Yeah. They could do this themselves. This took me 5 minutes. I pretended it took 2 hours, and then I turned it in, and I got no notes on it.
I found a video of a hardworking woman in tech.
Oh, very exciting.
All right, come to work with me as a consultant in New York City. Are you guys aware that corporate...
Yeah, she doesn't do fucking anything. Yeah,
she doesn't
exactly.
Work in tech. She's a consultant. What do you think she's consulting on?
She could consult coding. She could consult this dick. Ayo. Yeah. All right.
All right.
America
yeah,
is
I guarantee you the person that brought her onto the payroll is a fucking female feminist. I guarantee you.
Go ahead. Play it.
Yeah, anyways, Ubered to the office instead of subwaying because I am lazy. Supposedly we share this building with the NHL, which is kind of cool. It took the elevator up to like the 900th floor, which is my least favorite part of the day because it's just kind of terrifying. Grabbed a coffee and then went to go find my spot for the day. We do like hoteling, so nobody actually has an office. You just like get assigned a spot.
What kind of fucking office is
They've
that?
been giving us 2 laptops now, so we can
hold on.
double
Okay,
our
I'll actually drop some hot knowledge about this. So first of all, this is supposed to save space, so because it prevents you from, it prevents you. Less walls means you can fit more desks in there, and you can fit more people in there, right? So you don't have to pay for all that, all those, modeling costs and maintenance and cleaning costs. Also, this makes it very fucking easy to fire you, because all they have to do is just call you into the office and say you're done, and then you just pick your fucking laptop up and you walk out. It's a lot easier than having to clean your office out and do all this other shit. DC Comics did this. They shut down their fucking office in Vaughn. Where was it? This was like a year or so ago. They shut down their office in like Burbank.
Yeah. They shut down the physical office. Yeah.
Yeah, and they moved to a smaller one up the street. And it was all a hot desk model. That's exactly what it is. It makes it easier for them to fire you. It lets them cut down on costs. It also lets fucking management look over your shoulder while you're fucking working.
Yeah.
For 5 hours, ate some free snacks, got lunch with a coworker, and then the office dog walked by. He's so cute. We're so blessed. And then I had a meeting with like 100 people, Excel modeled for 5 more hours, and then Ubered home. Yay, corporate America. Let's do it all again tomorrow.
What the fuck does she actually do?
Well, she said something about Excel, so I assume she's doing something with pre-sales.
Here's the thing. You can tell she knows she doesn't do anything because this has shaken her faith in like America as a construct. You could just hear it in her voice. She knows that she's a disposable cog within the machine. By the way, this is the ultimate goal of wokeness. They want you to be an interchangeable cog within the machine. That's why they're so set on convincing us that all people are the same. Because if all people are the same, no matter what their difference is, then they're all interchangeable cogs in the machine. You will wear the same clothes. You will own nothing. You will eat the bugs, and you will be happy. That's their goal.
Yeah. What does that sound? What the hell? And what does that sound like?
Fucking communism.
1984.
Yes, this is we're already in the cyberpunk dystopia. Quit your job, live in a car, and do stand-up comedy. That's my advice.
Move to the desert and do podcasts.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh man. I can't think of a better way to end the show. Can you guys? I can't. That's perfect, man. Oh, man. It's been a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. Big thank you to the Touchgrass audience. Shout out to the 4%. We love the ladies over here. No matter what they may tell you about me, I love the ladies. I love them. All right. Now let's get the fuck out of here, shall we? BS Warren, you are literate.
Yes. I'm so literate that I write books.
Whoa. Okay. Hey,
yeah.
He writes books, everybody. Tell us where we can find you.
Yeah, so you can find me at I'll drop the link in the private chat real quick.
Pull it up right here. Whoa, look at that. That's a real photo of you shirtless, am I right?
Yeah, actually. Anime, but yeah, I actually do look like this. But yeah, so yeah, this is the landing page right here, bswarren.card.co. You got books right here, Young Monarchs / Worthy Kingdoms. It's an epic adult high fantasy novel about 8 royal heirs who band together to save their world from all-out war following an insane week-long bender on mushrooms. And if you notice up here at the top, there's a merch tab. Click this merch tab right here.
Whoa.
Head over to it may or may not load. Give it a moment. There we go. Merch. Yeah. Head over to the merch shop. I got these new acrylic key charms. I got 3 of them right now. Where's it? I have it open. Yeah, right here. Yeah, I got Anubis right here. I got Kara. I got Raiden. And right now I have the same artist working on one for Tyrael. These designs are also available for stickers and stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, these are all featuring the characters of Young Monarchs. So grab the book. And then 2026, the Fist of Terra, book 1 of Fist of Terraheim drops. That's going to be a brand new, a savage new saga, drenched in blood and glory. Here's the tab. Yeah. carved in the wake of a falling star, about a young barbarian hunter who is called upon to save his homeland from a demonic invasion led by a vengeful god. So that's going to be awesome. Stay tuned for that. And at the end of the month, I will be at Big Lick Nova. So
yeah. BS Warren, friend of the channel. He writes books with muscle mommies in them. Friend of Touchgrass, friend of the Touchgrass podcast. Also, Bat Sauce, not to be excluded. He's illiterate and he writes books. So
incredible.
Check out Bat Sauce, friend of the channel. Can't read though. Let's see. Also, just to remember, my tip jar is pinned in the chat. This is your last chance to donate because we're about to not be live anymore. So go ahead and donate to the tip jar if you want me to keep living inside. Okay. On to, speaking of living inside, Iron Oxide, you have a happy home with a wife. It's hard to be friends. It's hard to be friends with you sometimes because I envy you so much. Where can we find you?
Oh, you can follow me on X at Iron Oxide. You can sub to the Rumble and YouTube channels at Iron Oxide. I host the Rogues Gallery on Wednesdays and Fridays at 5:35 p.m. PST. I'm joined by most of the people on this panel. I'm also on Touchgrass every Saturday with Theo here, and occasionally over on insert title here over on Emerald's channel. And
he's frozen. Oh, he's frozen. Give him a second.
That's a really good point. That was a really good point, Iron.
Oh no, he froze. Poor guy. He's going down.
Outside and watch the Rogues Gallery every week.
I have no idea what's going on.
There we go. Now he's back.
Okay. Rogues Gallery is at 5:35 p.m. PST on Wednesdays and Fridays. I'm on Touchgrass with you. I'm on Drunken Emerald Show and Sammy Three Pete's Cavecast.
Yeah.
I don't write books. I have nothing to say.
Not yet. Not yet. Give it time. All right. And Vagabond, when you're not helping bored white couples make their cuck fantasies come to life, what are you doing? Where can we find you?
You can find me later tonight. I will be on Anime for the Homies. Next Friday, I'll be on Rogues Gallery. And then wherever people invite me, or you go to my channel, I'm gonna be uploading some videos. And probably, I'm thinking the 1st of next month, I'll be the first episode of I Swear It's Not Hentai.
Fuck yes.
And then Dear Gamersucks, sponsor me. I'm a gooner. I'm proud of it, and Gamersucks rocks. And I want to have a degenerate flavor too.
Excellent.
Vagabond, after you get the I Swear It's Not Hentai going, how long after that do we get the drunk driving simulator going?
Probably soon after that. Basically, all I'm doing is I have to work out times for everything so I can actually do stuff.
All right. Thanks, buddy. And ladies, he's single and has a giant cock. So go ahead and check out Vagabond.
And all you have to do is show me your feet. DM me your feet.
DM Vagabond your feet. W's in the chat.
Women only. Actual women.
Yeah, dude. Darnell's got a problem. Every time I shout that, I got so many pictures of Darnell's feet on my phone now. It's crazy. And they are gross. They are hard to look at. His feet match the rest of him.
Just a working man, dude.
Tough to be around.
Women that like gooning too and are degenerates, hit me up.
Excellent. All the degenerate women. We got a lot of those. Shout out to the 4%. We love you guys.
Hit them up too if you got pretty armpits.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Vaughn Coleman, you're clearly burying yourself in work to avoid women. Where can we find you?
Yeah, I'm like doing this thing where I'm like, you know what? Like I've kind of done this thing where it's like probably it's not a surprise why I'm not talking to women because I don't leave I'm always working, you know? So, but you can find me when I do at the bar. That was fun in Vegas. But you can find me on my website, rebeloasisstudios.com. I will post the link right now because today, in fact, actually a little sneak peek, issue 2 is actually already, so now that it's been shipped out to my backers, it's already in the mail. People can start ordering issue 2 from my website because we need to get this train rolling because issue 3 is underway. The sign up for that will begin soon. Keep an eye on those on all of my socials. It's just my name, Vaughn Coleman. You can go ahead and subscribe to my email list on my website. My YouTube channel is just Vaughn Coleman, and I've got tons of stuff I'm working, including something I'm working with Theo on. There There we go. Theo on, and like I said, issue 3 is coming. Issue 2 is already out. So everyone, make sure you guys check out. I've got tons of stuff I'm building. So keep an eye on it.
Excellent. All right, Drunk Emerald Arrow, the 99 overall producer that we could not run the show without. I'm going to be nice to you. What kind of stuff are you getting up to these days?
Not a whole lot. Okay, so we got insert title here, which is on Friday nights at 9:30 PST. We did go check the replay out. We ranked TV moms, and then you can find out who scored the win. Then on Tuesdays, at 5:30 PST, I have Nerds Covering the News. That is a Rumble exclusive show. And then weekly Rogues Gallery, Wednesdays, Fridays. And then Sammy Three-Peats Cavecast, Saturday mornings at 8:30 PST. And then back here producing Touchgrass with Theo Snodgrass.
Excellent. Well, folks, my name is Theo Snodgrass. I'm the host over here at Touchgrass with Theo Snodgrass. That's 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every Saturday. If you want to, I'm also doing live stand-up comedy out here in the city of Las Vegas. I'm working a lot more because I'm in Vegas and there's actually shit to do out here. If you want to know what I'm doing, my links are below. Go ahead and follow me on all of those fun social media channels down there. Also, subscribe to my Patreon. We're going to have a lot of stuff on there pretty soon. Also, buy something from my merch store because, again, I live in this fabulous home. It's very expensive. I've got bills now. I want to continue living inside. Don't want to go back to the Honda Accord. Want to continue living inside. So if you want to see that happen, buy stuff from my merch store, subscribe to the Patreon, subscribe to all my links, keep watching my show, donate to the tip jar, and most importantly, come see me do live comedy. You're going to find out all about that on my Twitter. So with that being said, we're going to get out of here. Take it easy, folks.